Stan, you ever notice Matt's up at 7:30 a.m. actually being productive?
Yeah. While we're still deciding if eating gummy bears is a mindfulness practice.
But seriously, man, Kindness Rising isn't just a show. It's a full wake-up vibe.
Yeah, man, it's got real get-after-it energy.
So don't hit snooze, people.
Wake up with Kindness Rising, and as always, stay uncommon, stay kind.
This is Kindness Rising.
Matt, I did it. 10 jobs in one day: DJ, dog walker, life coach, and barista.
Don't forget, I'm crushing it as a professional cloud watcher.
Calder, that's not balance. Stanley, staring at the sky all day is not going to pay the bills. Why don't you try something in the middle, fellas?
Yeah! Yeah! Matt, I double booked my jobs. I'm supposed to DJ at a wedding and walk their dog.
This is what happens when you don't schedule properly.
Exactly, Stan. Balance isn't just the theme of today's show. It's a survival skill. I've been on no sound this entire time. Isn't this just wonderful? We're having a good old time today. Holy mackerel. Tough start. Thank you everyone for telling me that you have no sound. That is just ridiculous that I did that. All right. So we start over. That's what we do when things don't go our way. Today we are here on Kindness Rising. Work-life balance isn't about doing less. It's about making choices that keep you sane. Ambition is good, but the grind has hidden costs to your money, your health, and your relationships. Today we're digging into how balance and self-awareness keep the chaos in check. Good morning, everyone out there in the community. Peaceful Gnome, I appreciate you. Michael Global, yes. John Smith, thanks for sharing your really deep thoughts with us. I'm glad you have come here to stick around. It's really, really helpful what you're doing there. If you want to talk about it, we certainly can. Who can read lips? Yes. All right, I get it. I was on mute. It happens. It happens. John Smith, thanks. Yeah, I'm not going to stop talking if you don't want to hear what I have to say. You have choices, but I appreciate you choosing right here at Kindness Rising. If you came looking for another angry news show, you're in the wrong place, John Smith Jr. We're here to start the day with balance, kindness, and a little humor. Stick around for today's 5 takeaways on work-life balance, plus 3 tips to help you balance your personal brands. All right, jumping ahead. All right. Here's your key takeaways for today, your balance checkpoints. 5 quick balance checkpoints to guide your week. Truth. Balance isn't 50-50. It shifts with seasons. Sometimes you have to put a little effort here. Sometimes you gotta put a little effort there. And that's where balance comes in. Knowing when and where to put your focus and your attention. Myth. Here's the myth. Hustling harder equals more money and more success. It does not. You might make more money in the short term. You might have short-term gain, but your success will be impeded in the long run if you hustle too hard and don't give yourself the type of balance that you need in your life. Here's my secret for the day. Every yes has a hidden cost. Every time you say yes to something, every time you take on a new project, a new thing, every time you write something down on the list to do, that has a hidden cost to it. So beware of those hidden costs. There are opportunity costs. When you put your attention on A, you can't put it on B. So please think about the moments in your life and think about when you say yes and what those hidden costs could possibly be before you say yes. Here's a step you can take. List your top 3 priorities this week. We're getting up and getting after it here on a Monday morning. Then you protect those priorities this week with your boundaries. This is my priority today. I need to focus on it. I have to put something else off. Figure out what those priorities are and protect your boundaries. And last, balance doesn't just protect your walk. It protects your mind and your relationship too. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming out to Kindness Rising on this Monday morning. Jump off of the music.
Okay, Matt, we got the memo about the Kindness Rising promo, but what exactly are we promising people?
And is there craft services? Hey, I need snacks too.
Gentlemen, focus. Kindness Rising multiplies kindness and helps people get up on the right side of the bed.
So wait, we're not doing another angry headline show.
Exactly. We rise above the negative, divisive noise.
Translation, less rage bait, more high fives for humanity. And this is live, like actually live.
Yep. We go live on YouTube and LinkedIn, 7:30 a.m. Eastern every weekday.
Wait, if it's live, what if I forget my lines?
Then you improvise.
Okay, so our tagline is basically wake up, tune in, and start your day with kindness.
Exactly. Kindness Rising. Good vibes, practical tips, and a reason to get up on the right side of the bed.
You heard the boss. Subscribe now before he makes us do a TikTok dance.
Kindness Rising. Wake up, tune in, and let's make some good noise. Welcome back to Kindness Rising. I'm Matthew Roof, the uncommon kindness guy. John Smith, I see you out there. Thanks for changing your tune from negative to positive. I appreciate it. I am not ignoring you. I am here to help you to get up on the right side of the bed, have a little fun, and have some balance in your life, along with the rest of our team that's out here today. We've got Michael Global jumping in. I appreciate it. Lady Drew, also always here every day. I appreciate you. I apologize for the early audio issues on this Monday morning. Apparently, I was a little slow on the uptake. One little button right here on my microphone was not activated, and I was rolling, but the sound wasn't. Oh, well, that's part of life. It's part of my brand. It's just showing up and being who I am every day. Personal branding is not about showing that you can do everything. It's about showing you can do the right things consistently. I do the right things consistently here at Kindness Rising by showing up for you every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. And I bring my lens, EEATE. That's experience, expertise, authenticity, trust, and entertainment. And building a voice that people can rely on. And balance is part of my brand. Too much chaos, and I'll lose your trust. Too much control, and I'll lose the connection. Balance in your brand keeps you sustainable and keeps your community leaning in. So here are three takeaways that you can keep your balance in brand, your balance in your brand. All right. The first one, pace yourself. Don't try to post everywhere every day. Pick one or two places where your audience already is and show up consistently. I'm showing up here on YouTube. I am showing up on LinkedIn consistently. Those are my two primary places. I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, other places where I show up as Matthew Roof, the uncommon kindness guy. But don't try to post everywhere every day. It's too much. There's too many options out there. Stay focused on one or two things, one or two places where your audience is if you really want to get move forward and stand out. William Barry, welcome. Life is easier when you try to sow decency throughout the day. I agree 100%. That's what we do here on Kindness Rising. We try to sow decency. I like that perspective for sure. Welcome in, William Barry, to Kindness Rising, your morning show that helps you get up and get after it every day with a little hope, humanity, and heart. We rise above the negative, divisive news and just talk about things that make our lives a little bit better. Your second takeaway for your personal brand: mix your value and your personality. Balance serious content that teaches with lighter content that shows who you are. That's how trust and authenticity grow together. I try to bring a little bit of serious content, some stuff you can take away with you every day to help you get up, get after it, have a good day, be thinking about kindness and thinking about others. That's my serious message, and then I make it a little lighter with some of my little segues. Cal and Stan try to keep it light, give us that little perspective as well. And lastly, check your rhythm. Every month, step back. Just ask, does this brand still feel like me? Am I overextending? That awareness keeps you from burning out and keeps your message in tune. I know I'm doing that constantly. We're constantly tweaking things here on Kindness Rising. I am constantly tweaking things within my brand to make sure that it is authentic to me, that it is who I am, because here is the truth. A balanced brand isn't just healthier for you, it's more magnetic to the people you want to reach. And if you want to reach more people, I can help you. I'm Matthew Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. I'm here on the Mornings in the Lab network, and with my show, Kindness Rising, I am here to help you. Don't be afraid. Reach out. Let me know. I can help you go live with your own show. I can help you get some down and dirty ads using a combination of human and AI. All the things that will help you to stand out in a world of noise.
But what if balance means I earn less money?
Calder, sometimes the best investment is in your own sanity. You can't spend money you don't have, and you can't spend energy you've already burned. No, you can't. You cannot spend money you don't have, and you can't spend energy you've already burned. So make sure you preserve that energy for the things that really matter to you. And eventually the money will come, and then you'll be able to spend it on the things that you want to have. That's what we're doing here. We're building something right now. Certainly, this is not a high paying gig of what I'm doing right now, but it's leading towards something. I have a larger vision. My vision is to multiply kindness and unlock growth for good people doing good work. I want to help you do that. If you're doing good work out there in the world and you want help getting your message out, I'm Matthew Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. I can help you with your personal branding and your presence, particularly in online communities, and help you get up and get after it, because that's what we do here on the Mornings in the Lab networks. Next at 8 a.m. is Keith, John, and friends over at the Mornings in the Lab show. Get on over there and check them out, because what we're talking about today here on Kindness Rising ties directly to what Keith and John and friends will be talking about today. Balance starts with a clean slate, not dragging yesterday's chaos into today. And Keith's diving deeper into that power by talking about tracking your failures, because when you measure what went wrong, you turn failure into feedback, feedback into growth, and you'll want to catch that right after this. Failure into feedback, feedback into growth. I'm always looking for feedback. I appreciate the feedback that comes from the community every day in the comments. I'm going to check it out. Mike Sullivan. Yep, so important to take regular measurements of your personal brand. Sort of like taking regular smart scale body weight measurements. Absolutely. You do want to take those occasional measurements. The key, though, that I have found, and one thing that I know has been a detractor for me, is you can spend so much time focused on those numbers, the wrong ones, or too many of those numbers, that you forget that what the real purpose is. You have a lot of tools, particularly on YouTube. When you go live on YouTube, you start your YouTube channel. There's tons of analytics behind it. I'm still learning my way around the analytics to really understand it. What I am focused on for my brand and for this show right now is watch time. I want people to stick around and spend more time with us. You never know when that nugget of goodness is going to come out and help you. I appreciate you. And one way that you helps you stick around is by getting involved in the comments, staying positive, interacting, meeting the rest of your community members here at Kindness Rising. We are building a community of kind people who want to get up and get after it every weekday, 7:30 a.m. here on Kindness Rising and the Mornings in the Lab network. So thank you very, very much. I know we started off with a little bit of some hiccups. I'd be interested to hear from the community. What do you guys do to find balance in your life? What are you doing today to find that balance between work and life? The balance of perspectives. That's another huge thing that we like to talk about here on Kindness Rising is balancing perspectives. We don't want to lean too much into one source of information. That's what happens, how we end up with negativity and divisiveness is by closing our minds to other sides of the perspective. There's so much of that out there. We tend to go after and go look for media or support for our own our own viewpoints. That's confirmation bias. I think we know a little bit about that. It's good to know that your viewpoints are supported by others, but you should be looking at those alternate viewpoints by looking at multiple sources of information and not just adopting other people's viewpoints, re-spewing something that you hear from somebody else, reposting other people's posts. Post your own original thoughts, your own original content. Get involved in communities with your own real thoughts that are based on your experience, your expertise, being authentic, building trust, and maybe even a little entertainment along the way. That's really what the EAT philosophy, the EAT branding philosophy is about, showing up with those things, your experience, your expertise, your authenticity, your trust, and entertainment. And that's what we do here on Kindness Rising and the Mornings in the Lab Network. All right. Maybe get a little more music going for us today. Here's one I played last with it. It's called Boomerang. Motivation and a little bit of a good feel heading into the day today. Like I said, get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. Subscribe to this community. If you are watching on replay, on demand, then maybe you want to think about joining us at 7:30 live every day, every weekday here on Kindness Rising. Balance isn't about chasing perfection. It's about learning to hear the signals when your body is tired, when your calendar is full, when your relationships are stretched too thin. It's the awareness to know when you have said yes too many times and the courage to say no without the guilt.
Matt, I think I've got it. Balance means doing half my jobs today, half tomorrow.
I'll help by taking 2 naps instead of 3.
Stick with us all week long. Balance Stand are going to learn, usually the hard way, what happens when balance gives way to chaos. All right, Cal and Stan are out there trying to find their balance, looking for the answer to the question of how to find balance. When we lose balance, life feels chaotic, like we're juggling too many balls and waiting for them all to drop. I know people out there in the community have felt that way. It's just a normal part of life, taking on too much at times. Be driven. Appreciate what you're saying. Prayer is how I balance. I know there are a lot of people who use prayer for balance. Absolutely. Meditation, prayer, a little bit of connection to something beyond ourselves can always help us to have that perspective. I know I use it as well, different forms of prayer and meditation, whatever you call it. It doesn't necessarily need to be to any particular God or entity or religious construct, but what it does is it helps you to get outside of yourself, taking those micro breaks throughout the day to do a little bit of chill and meditation. I think I've talked about this before, but one thing I've been doing is neck rolls. It's a physical way to release the tension, deep breaths and neck rolls, releasing the tension, allowing things to flow to your brain and just clearing the mind. That can help us to feel better and to bring our best selves every day. As you head into this week, please remember that balance is not selfish. Balance is what allows you to show up stronger in other areas of your life for your work, your family, your finances, and yourselves. 3 areas to focus on for balance. You want to focus on, or I know that's what I focus on. I don't want to tell you what you have to focus on, but what I find helpful is focusing on work-life balance. That's how I spend my time between working and doing things versus spending time with my family. I also want to have balance in my perspective. My perspective is really important, that I find sources of information when I see a news story, whether it feels like rage bait or it feels like something that might be helpful or interesting. I always seek multiple sources. There's so much, all the information that you want in the world, information and opinions, but information is available out there. You can find it. Do some research. There's tons of information, more so than we've ever had at our fingertips, perhaps even so much that it can feel overwhelming at times. So you have to find sources that you can trust. You have to find methods for finding that out, whether that's using your AI tools like ChatGPT or Perplexity, which is what we use here on the Mornings in the Lab Network and at Kindness Rising. And the last is the balance between yourself and others. Finding that balance is key. We are all, a lot of us here in this community are caregivers or people who tend to take care of others and sometimes forget to take care of ourselves. So find your balance between work and life, find your balance of perspectives, and find your balance between yourself and others. And that will help you to live a life in harmony with the 6 strings through balance and self-awareness, the 2 strings we talked about today on Kindness Rising. Well, it was a little bit of an interesting show. Got off to a silent start. Really sorry about that. I appreciate those who have stuck around. It is 8 a.m. That means we want to head over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Get over there on YouTube or LinkedIn. They will help you to continue to get up and get after it with a little bit of energy heading into our week of balance. It's the balance week. Tomorrow's Lifestyle Tuesday. We're going to talk about balance in lifestyle. Haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to do that yet, but we will get there. Anyway, that's the show for today. I appreciate you all coming out. I'm Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. I'm here to help multiply kindness and multiply kindness. Yeah, I'm here to multiply kindness. I am, absolutely. And I want to help you amplify your voice. But the first thing I want you to do is, as always, stay uncommon and stay kind.